Hello, today I'm sharing 5 beauty products that I changed my mind about. I've shared all of these on my channel before and decided to retry them for whatever reason, and they're hitting differently. They are either not working for me when they used to, or they used to not work for me and now they do. I always like to share when things like this happen, and today there are 2 of us doing this video. My friend Gemma from Pampered Wolf is sharing 5, I think she's doing 5 too, of her products that she's changed her mind about. She's one of my YouTube besties. We talk pretty much every day, and we were chatting about a few products that this happened with, and we thought that would be a really good idea for a video we could both do. So that is how this collaboration came to be. If you're not subscribed to her, if you have never watched her videos before, definitely go check her out after you finish this video. If you are a member of my audience, I know you'll love her. She does in-depth foundation reviews, skincare reviews, technique videos. She has vast knowledge about everything you would want to know about, and her videos are just so informative and entertaining. She has a fantastic sense of humor and just a well-rounded library of videos. I think you'll get a lot from her channel. I know I do. I'll have her video linked and her channel linked so you can check her out. I'll also have all the products that I'm sharing today as well as what I'm wearing. So be sure to go watch her video, tell her I said hi, and subscribe to her. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're visiting from Gemma's channel, or if you're just new here visiting in general. I hope if you enjoyed today's video, you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and becoming part of the family. Okay, let's get into these 5 products that I have changed my mind about. I repurchased this foundation recently, deliberately to try it again after trying it years ago, and it just flat out didn't work for me then, but my skin has changed. Back then, my skin was a lot oilier than it is now. I would say it was oily, almost combo, but mostly oily back then. Now my skin is, I would say, more normal, although I do get some shine in my T-zone. I can also get some surface dehydration because I'm on prescription tretinoin. So this is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. For those of you who think you might be my foundation shade twin, if you have light, medium, neutral leaning warm skin, I do keep updated foundation and concealer match lists over on my blog. I'll have those linked down below. So when I tried this several years ago, it just kind of slid off my face. It made me very greasy pretty quickly. I just wanted to retry it and see how my skin did with it now. I do wish I was filming this earlier in the day because it's been on, I would say, close to 8 hours at this point. My friend Risa from Risa Does Makeup calls this her 5-hour foundation because it's beautiful in the short term, but it's not really a long-lasting foundation, at least not for her, but she is oilier than I am. I think this still looks really pretty. I do think I'm at my time limit of wearing it pretty soon though. This not only applies really easily and builds nicely and gives me the coverage that I want, it blurs pores, it does give that luminous finish. Now I do have to set it. I always have to set my foundations with powder. It doesn't look makeup-y, you know, it doesn't look heavy. Without a primer, I'll call this my 5 to 6 hour wear foundation before I start seeing some wear. When I pair it with a primer that massages in like a lotion, like this, I'm holding that upside down, Waso primer. This is a pore blurring matte primer that doesn't sit on top of the skin. Sometimes mattifying pore blurring primers you press onto the skin. This one you massage in like a lotion. Hourglass Veil is another. I find I can get roughly 8 hours of wear and it still looks really pretty. I mean, I do think my makeup looks pretty good right now. It still feels really good. I've been loving this actually, and I didn't think there would come a day when I would say that I loved this. So I have done a complete 180 with Luminous Silk. I'm really glad that I tried it again. Oh, and for reference, I am in shade 5.75. That's what I have on now. It's a much better match than the shade that I tried a long time ago as well. I'm taking the blame for this next one, but I have some notes. I'll just say that. Okay, so this is the Replenix Sensitive Lightweight Multivitamin Moisturizer, and some of you may remember me praising this and loving this. So this is, Replenix is a medical grade skincare brand, take that for what you will. This has vitamins A, C, and E, coenzyme Q10, aloe leaf juice. It is made for sensitive skin, which I do have. I said earlier that I use prescription tretinoin and I can get some surface dehydration. So I had a period of time where it was was pretty bad. It just would not subside no matter what I did, no matter if I waited several days in between application, if I did a buffer step in between cleansing and applying the tret, if I waited 20 to 30 minutes, I just still had this flaking and dryness. So I'm pretty good at reading ingredients and reading, instructions on the back of bottles and things like that. That's why I'm kind of taking the blame here, but in a way I am blaming the marketing a little bit, because if I'm missing this, I feel like other people can miss this. The back says it's a daily lightweight moisturizer enriched with vitamins and the purest form of aloe vera, which helps to soothe and hydrate while replacing essential nutrients to the skin. So it really focuses on the soothing and the nutrients that you're getting from this, and it being lightweight and good for sensitive skin. And I was applying this in the morning as my daytime moisturizer, and sometimes I was even using it as my buffer step in between cleansing and applying my tret. Did some of you catch that one of those vitamins was vitamin A? I know what vitamin A is. It just went in one ear, or I guess I should say I just looked at it and glazed over and didn't even think that I was double dipping retinol products. Vitamin A is retinol. And right here on the back, if I had actually read about a third of the way into the ingredients, retinol palmitate is right there. I've noticed that with several Replenix products. You really, really need to read their ingredients list super carefully, which you should be doing anyway, but I feel like it's something they should feature because so many women our age use retinol as an anti-aging ingredient, and you don't need to be adding it in multiple products here and there. It needs to be featured somewhere, I think. So I've done a 180 on this. I do love it as a lightweight moisturizer. I thought I loved it. If this was the only retinol product I was using, it may have been great, but I was going through a lot of skin grief I didn't need to be going through, and it was all due to this product. So even though it sat great under my makeup, it just was not good for my face. And I'm so upset with myself for missing that. Shortly after I bought Chanel Gabrielle Essence, I put it in a favorites and fails video as a fail. Not because it didn't smell beautiful, it does, but because it just didn't last. I felt like I couldn't smell it after a very short period of time, which was disappointing because it does smell so good. It's a floral woody musk. I'll put the notes here on the screen. I've changed my tune, and the reason why is because I feel like around that time I was using several fragrances that you really only needed 1 to 2 sprays and you would smell them all day. If you sprayed any more, it would be too much. And then I tried this one and I think I was still trying to use that same amount and I just wasn't getting it. There's something to be said for a subtle, beautiful perfume. You don't always need strong fragrances that, you only need 1 to 2 sprays of. So I don't just use 1 to 2 sprays of this one. I can use 3 to 4. I can spray it on my hair. I can spray it over my clothes. It will last that way and it does smell so beautiful. It's not going to overwhelm people even if I do that. I don't want to knock people over with my fragrance, and this one just, I don't know, there's something so comforting about it, yet not overwhelming. And there's something to be said for that. So I feel like it was more of a technique issue. But this is a perfume that I really love. I reach for it every time I have it on my wrist. I can't stop smelling them. Such a pretty perfume. It's not often that I completely retract what I say about a foundation. I'm not sure what's happened with the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. It doesn't work for me anymore. And I'm not so sure that it's my skin changing, like, what happened with the Luminous Silk in a completely opposite way. This just doesn't sit on my skin correctly anymore. Not even on my oilier areas, my T-zone. It looks apparent on my skin no matter what I do, no matter how I apply it. And I raved about this when it first came out, and I wore it pretty often for a medium to full coverage foundation that looked really good. I mean, it's a pretty bulletproof foundation. I just have no idea what has happened, but it's not working for me anymore. This was launched more recently than some foundations that I've had for way longer. Did that sentence even make sense? So I wouldn't think that these bottles would would be old. The product inside, I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's my skin chemistry or what, but it's just not working for me. I feel like you can just see it sitting on top of my skin. It's not meshing with my skin anymore. I've tried it numerous ways. I've tried it with primers. Now, I've shared their tinted moisturizer here on my channel before. It works really, really well for me. And I pulled out Nars Sheer Glow, which I haven't worn in a long time. I never stopped liking it. I just used to wear it all the time. And then with so many foundations coming into my life, I kind of stopped wearing it. And I forgot how much I really do enjoy that foundation. So I have other foundations from Nars that work really well for me. Have you ever had that happen where a foundation that you absolutely love just completely stopped working for you? Let me know in the comments, because this is just so strange. On a positive note, the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream has been a staple for me. It's been in my rotation since the weather has gotten a little bit cooler. In the past, I always said this was too heavy for me. I much prefer the Protini Polypeptide cream. It does dispense the same way with this little push-up mechanism, which I love. It's very sanitary. I just always thought this was too heavy and too greasy for me. And you know, in comparison to the Polypeptide, it does have a little bit of a thickness to it. And I do notice when I wake up in the morning, there is a little bit more of a sheen to my face, but I'm gonna wash my face, so it doesn't really bother me. But as the months have gotten cooler, it's kind of helping lock the moisture in a little bit more, which is what I need right now. It has 6 rare African oils and ceramides, and it's supposed to rescue and recover your skin. I love finding products with ceramides that work really well. This has just done really nice things for my skin. It says it's supposed to lock in moisture for hours after application, and I feel like that's exactly what it does. This isn't something that I personally would be able to wear during the daytime just because it would be too much. But for nighttime, this has been working beautifully. And for years, I just felt like it was too heavy, and it may have been too heavy, but now it's just fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, I had some fantastic and some not so fantastic products in my November favorites and fails. I'll have that linked here for you, as well as my most recent vlog. I did a big PR unboxing in that vlog if you're interested in seeing some newer products that are out now. Be sure to go check out Gemma Pampered Wolf's video. Tell her I said hello and subscribe to her. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!